All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So yesterday we got an announcement regarding Land of the Morning Light Part 2, and I wanted to talk about this just because some people may not even know when it's coming out, but also what's going to be happening with the whole content and story system. So just wanted to share a little bit of an update. So as we all know, Land of the Morning Light 2 Part 2 is coming out September 12th. We already knew this if you've been following any sort of BDO news, but now it's official, I guess. But we already knew that. So what does that mean? I'm going to be playing through the story on day one, of course, like we always do with every other chapter or whatever expansion that comes out. We're also getting new content. So for all of you who are not into the story, new tales, I guess, side quests, 4 new world bosses. That's exciting. 7 Black Shrine co-op bosses, which is actually going to be the big content in my opinion. We all know the boss blitz bosses that we have now. The new bosses that they're adding is going to be with a group, and you get to use your own gear instead of it having like a cap with the light auras or whatever we have. And then sovereign weapons, we've prepared for that like probably about 4 months in advance. So we have our double black stars ready for both weapons. So when that's coming out in about 2 weeks from now, we'll be getting both sovereign weapons on day one, assuming it's not super tedious and time gated. How far we get into the process of enhancing it is a different story, but we're going to be getting our sovereign weapons on day one. So look out for that one. And then more stuff. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about. I kind of skimmed this article a little bit earlier, and basically this is just the new part 2 of Land of the Morning Light, which cool. So in particular, the NPCs you encounter this town will not only be introduced throughout the collection of tales, like the stories that we have of how do I describe this? Land of the Morning Light, how everything was broken down by chapters, and then like each one had a different boss. Basically, you get to hear all the lore. I assume that's going to be how it's going to work this time around, not just like one big story, but broken down by all the different ones. And I think this is actually, hopefully it's not too crazy, because I remember when Land of the Morning Light first came out, I felt a little bit rushed playing through it, simply because it came with the the Dawn gloves, and I felt like I had to get that on day one, so I didn't really get a chance to enjoy the story as much as I wanted to. But this time around, we'll probably be listening to the story and all that stuff, which we'll talk about that in a second. That's a kind of a big thing. But either way, I'll try to do my best to get the sovereign weapons day one, and because I have everything ready. My double black stars are good to go, and Black Shrine should be fun. So anyway, here's where the interesting part comes in. Regarding the Black Shrine co-op content, which will be released in Korea first, while the global regions will get to enjoy all 7 bosses, including the main villain. If you've played through Land of the Morning Light 1, the story, we kind of already know what's happening. Just watch the story. I'll leave a link to the playlist that I did for the story, and you guys can watch that if you want to get caught up. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Will be released on September 12th. So this is kind of weird, because everyone has been asking for a global release for content in general, and I understand translations and all that stuff have to be worked on. So how everything is developed in Korea and Korean first, and then it gets translated to English and all the other languages later on. But I wish they would just release things all at once, even if it means delaying it. But obviously business, that's not how it works. So regarding the co-op content, 4 Black Shrine bosses will be released in Korea first. They're already done. Just release them to NA, EU, and all the other servers. And but then when we get it on the 12th, we'll get to enjoy all 7. I actually think that it would be better to release them at the same time, simply because how we only get 5 boss attempts a week. If we got to enjoy 4 at the same time as Korea, one, there would be no spoilers if we didn't watch the Korean streamers and content creators as well. So we get to practice on the first 4, and then we get to practice on the other 3 in like the following week or 2. So unless they're making a big change on how many bosses we can actually do a week, I think it would have actually been better to release half of it at once and then the other half another time, so that way we get to experience all of them without having a lockout. I don't even know why there's 5 lockouts. There should be, I think they should change the system to, you only get 5 rewards a week, but you can challenge the bosses infinitely. And even if you did your first 5 for the rewards, you could still fight the other bosses. You just don't get anything out of it. But it doesn't work like that. And once you get your 5 things done for the week, you're just done on that account. So yeah, that's why I think it should have just been half and half, or, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, we're preparing a new look for the Black Shrine bosses with unique mechanics. I'm looking forward to it, actually, because it doesn't matter how good you were before. Like, if you had Calamity 7, if you can do all Calamity 7s, I assume gear will be more important in the future, so we'll see how that works out. And then they wanted to give us an update on the whole Land of the Morning Light storyline and quest everything. So, due to the ongoing voice actor strike in North America, the schedule for the English dubbing has been significantly delayed, meaning we are unable to proceed with providing all the language dubs before the global release as originally planned. Okay, so first of all, I remember reading articles. I remember hearing about all the actor strikes and everything. This has been going on for well over like 6 months now. I think it started in 2023, so of last year. So if they're telling us they're not getting it ready on the date they planned because of the strike, I don't completely believe that, because, like, first of all, the strike has been going on for a long time ago. I remember hearing about it, reading a lot of articles and stuff many months ago. So the fact that if they're just now figuring this out, it means their like schedule is way off. So either way, it'll be fine. Like, hopefully it's not too long and like they'll get everything translated. You know, like, they don't delay it for that long, but either way, we're still going to be playing through it and everything else. Think of it like you're watching anime, right? Like, most people, we don't watch it during the dubbed, or at least if you do, it's a little bit later. So either way, it'll be fine, hopefully. And after much deliberation on how to best proceed for our adventurers who have been eagerly awaiting, we have decided to release the content earlier, but with subtitles in each region's language and with the Korean voiceover instead. I think that's fine. And then, you know, just don't take too long for it. And then, you know, maybe hire some people more a little bit if you can. And then we'll be fine. So either way, what it's basically saying is we're going to have it, but we're going to have it with subtitles instead of voiceovers and dubs. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And of course, they're still planning on it. So since we're now able to bring you this content sooner, we'll be sure to make the most out of the remaining time to present our adventurers what we've been working on. Okay, so how do I process this and what do I think? So on day 1, September 12th, here's going to be the little timeline of my content and everything. So day 1, we'll probably be doing a little bit of the story. I don't know how long it'll take, but if we compare it to like Land of the Morning Light, I think each chapter was like between 30 minutes to an hour. So we'll probably do 1 or 2 videos of that a day for the storyline, so we have something to watch and you guys don't get overwhelmed for all in one. Plus it takes time for me to edit and all that stuff anyway. So the story, we'll be doing that. But on day 1, we're getting the other content, like the gameplay and character progression. So yeah, we'll be doing the story, of course. We'll try out the new Black Shrine. If any of you guys want to do co-op Black Shrine stuff, let me know. I'm not sure how it works, like as in, I think I read something where it's only with your guild, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to check on that one because I noticed guild leaderboards. But if you're able to play with people just like, let's say, on your friends list or anything else, I'm happy to run it with you guys as well. But if it's only with your guild, I'll do my best to make some content and get some people together. And then, of course, with the sovereign weapons, this is probably the thing for endgame players that we've all been waiting for. I'll do my best to actually get it. I don't know how long it'll take. Maybe I hope they don't lock it behind the storyline or anything, because if we do, that's going to be annoying. But my goal is to get the sovereign weapons on day one. We'll see how we can enhance it and everything. I heard it's kind of expensive and crazy, but that's okay. Like, eventually the goal is to get it to whatever, because it goes past pen, so you know how there's 5 upgrade enhances like Pride to pen right now, and the sovereign weapons it's like Pride to 10 or something. So 10 different upgrades, which is a long-term progression. And so we'll get them day one, we'll do some story, and that's about it. So anyway, just wanted to give you this one. And if you were looking forward to the story and you play on, you know, an American server, EU, or literally anywhere that's not Korea, we'll get it, but it's just gonna be subbed and no dub. So yeah, that's it's a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. I play more for the gameplay than the story anyway. But yeah, this is a little bit concerning. Just like voice actor strike in America, I feel like you could have prepared for this, you know, last year, the year before that. And but it's overall, hopefully they just don't take too long. But other than that, we have content, we'll be doing other stuff, and that's about it. So I wanted to share this article with you guys, and if you want to read this for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to this article. It's on the official BDO website itself anyway, but I'll just leave a link in the description. And that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We have some upcoming or updated guides coming out in the near future from my older content. Just want to update it for like what we have now. And yeah, hopefully you guys are going to be looking forward to that. We have about 2.5 weeks left, or actually no, yeah, about 2 weeks left of, you know, I guess waiting downtime until all this comes out. But yeah, still plan on uploading BDO. We're going to be doing some other stuff as well, maybe some more grind spot videos, gear updates, and everything. But until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and peace.